On Friday at Planned Parenthood facilities in Colorado Springs, a man named Robert Louis Deere opened fire, killing 3 people and injuring 9 others. He surrendered after a standoff which lasted hours, and after the shootings, he mentioned, quote, baby parts to the authorities and, quote, expressed anti-abortion and anti-government views, according to CNN. What this shooting shows, it is how dangerous the far-right rhetoric is for this country. Because I'm sure we all remember the frenzy over the Planned Parenthood video that came out. The video appeared to show Planned Parenthood selling baby parts from an aborted fetus. However, the video was incredibly misleading. Planned Parenthood was not selling the baby parts the shooter mentioned, and the whole thing was some dumb documentary made by an anti-abortion group. However, the far right, as they always do, they blatantly and purposefully denied the facts of the situation, and they go out, they blitz the media, they blitz the debates, they blitz the internet, spewing absolute BS about how Planned Parenthood, it should be destroyed, we should cut their federal funding, all sorts of ridiculousness. Again, ignoring the fact that under the Hyde Amendment, federal funding cannot go towards abortions, and ignoring that Planned Parenthood provides a variety of women's health services besides abortion. It is an extremely important player in reproductive health. But you keep spewing BS. You keep saying Planned Parenthood, it's selling baby parts. You keep saying that that they're criminals and that they should be destroyed. And what happens? This idiot, Robert Louis Deere, he hears this far-right anti-abortion rhetoric about how Planned Parenthood is selling baby parts for money, and like any human being, if you hear from Fox News or the Republicans or the original documentary that Planned Parenthood is cutting apart dead babies and selling parts of the corpse for money, you will rightfully be revolted. And you will rightfully want to do something about it. And what does this guy do? He goes out and he shoots a Planned Parenthood facility. Now, please don't mix up my words here. I'm certainly not saying that the dudes who created this documentary or the Fox News or the Republican Party itself, that they're solely responsible for this shooting. However, what I am saying is that the rhetoric overall, it was a major factor. Because where did this rhetoric, this lie, where did it originate? The anti-abortion far right, who continued to spread the lie and create a frenzy about it. The anti-abortion far right, who called for Planned Parenthood to be destroyed and to cut its federal funding. The anti-abortion far right. Those are facts, my friend. And again, I go back to my main message here. The far right, in their continued denial of facts and their unyielding spewing of BS, it is dangerous for this country. Who are the major domestic terrorist groups in this country? Is it left-wing terrorism? Are tree huggers and Bernie Sanders supporters committing terror attacks? No. And if they do, it's certainly a rare occurrence. No, it's sovereign citizens, a major anti-government movement in this country, 100,000 strong according to the FBI. It's the pro-Confederates who are still scattered all across the South. It is all of the right-wing terrorists who are the largest source of terrorism in America by miles. The far right, it is dangerous. It is simply embarrassing that they were able to occupy one of the 2 major political parties in our country. It is embarrassing that they were able to periodically hijack our national conversation. The Republicans and the rest of the far right, they need to just take a look at themselves in the mirror and realize just what they are doing. Because it is pathetic that this type of rhetoric exists in 2015 and that it is able to spark violence like the violence that occurred at Planned Parenthood on Friday.